Nozoa had always lived under shadows of her mother, of the powerful foresters, of secrets buried so deep even she couldn't name them all. But lately, the shadows had grown longer, more precise, more deliberate. For weeks, Luna studied Steffy Forrester's every move. She watched, noted, calculated. Steffy's routine never failed. Every Tuesday at exactly 5:45 p.m., she left Forrester Creations, alone, no driver, no assistant, headed to her private art studio on the edge of Beverly Hills. A glass of wine, an hour of solitude, a perfect window. Luna planned everything. The gun was untraceable in silence, filed down to nothing. She practiced out in the high canyons past Malibu, where the wind swallowed sound and the world seemed to look the other way. She lined up targets shaped like people and studied how the weight of a trigger demanded not strength, but resolve. She moved like a ghost, clean, clinical, with the chill of someone not just ready, but determined. And while her mind focused on death, her alibi was life poppy yoga, a mother-daughter evening that no one could disprove. She set it all in motion with a terrifying clarity. But the forest has eyes. Sheila Carter had come out to the woods chasing quiet, craving the peace she told herself she deserved. That's when she saw her. Luna. Young. Alone. Shooting with perfect form. At first, Sheila smirked at a variant needs to let off steam. But as she crept closer, hidden behind thick brush, she saw the details. The duffel bag zipped with precision, the notebook, each page a blueprint for death. Target, SF. Enter 6:10 p.m. Lights off. Shot to chest or head. A map. A timeline. A murder in ink. Something inside Sheila twisted. This wasn't just rage. This was intention. And in Luna's face, Sheila saw something familiar to familiar. A control that looked exactly like the madness she'd spent her life denying. The same cold logic that had made Sheila the name whispered in fear for decades. Days passed, but Sheila couldn't let it go. She watched Luna like a predator. She followed her, trailed her at night, waited for the moment to confront her. And when it came without mercy. Luna was walking home late, hoodie up, the weight of the gun dragging down her shoulder, when Sheila stepped out of the dark. "You think I don't know what this is?" Sheila hissed, eyes blazing. "You think I don't see it? I've done it. I've lived it. I know what it costs." Luna didn't flinch. "You did it because you lost control. I'm doing this because I have control." The words sliced through the night like ice. For a moment, even Sheila was silent. Elsewhere, at Forrester Creations, a letter arrived. No name. No return address. Just shaky handwriting and one sentence. "Don't go alone on Tuesday. Blood will be spilled." Ridge read it first. Finn saw it next. Both went straight to Steffy. She brushed it off. Some sick fan, she said. Or some intern with a twisted sense of humor. But Ridge wasn't convinced. He begged her to take a bodyguard. Finn offered to drive her himself. But Steffy refused. "I won't live in fear," she snapped. And so Tuesday came. At 6:02 p.m., Steffy parked outside the studio. The wind stirred dry leaves across the sidewalk. She walked in. The lights were off. She reached for the switch, but something stopped her. A sound. A breath. A shift in the air. She took a step forward. Hello, nothing. Another step. Her hand hovered near her phone. Instinct screamed at her to leap, but pride kept her grounded. And then it happened. From behind a column, Luna emerged, gun drawn, arms steady, heart cold. Steffy froze, but she never saw the other shadow Sheila burst in from the side, screaming nitrogen monoxide, one shot ring out. Sheila collapsed, clutching her shoulder, blood pooling beneath her. The gun fell from Luna's hand as she gasped, backing away. Steffy was trembling, eyes wide, too shocked to scream. "You, Luna." Why? But Luna didn't answer. She ran. Out into the night. Past her plan. Past everything. Inside, Steffy called 911 with shaking fingers. As sirens echoed in the distance, Sheila looked up at Finn, now kneeling beside her at the hospital. She's doing what I did save her before she becomes me. The screen cut to black. But the story didn't end. Finn couldn't sleep. Not with his mother in a hospital bed and Luna out there, carrying the blood of Sheila Carter on her shirt. He began questioning everything: his genes, his judgment, his marriage. Could violence be inherited? Could darkness skip generations and land like a curse? And if Luna was slipping down that path, wasn't he next? The police launched an investigation. The note, the gun, the hospital report, Luna's absence. It all pointed to attempted murder. But when detectives approached Sheila for a statement, she refused to name names. She's just a girl, Sheila muttered. She doesn't need the prison I lived in. Still, silence didn't equal innocence. Steffy made a decision. She marched into Ridge's office, her voice ice. If you won't protect this company, I will. Every Nozawa must go. Luna, Poppy, I want them out. Ridge was torn. But he'd seen the look in Steffy's eyes before when she was at war. Meanwhile, Luna hid in a motel on the edge of the city, staring at herself in the mirror. The gun lay on the sink, her clothes still damp with dried blood. Her reflection was no longer hers. She was someone else now, something else. A killer in waiting. Sheila recovered quickly, but she said little. To Finn, to Steffy, to the press. She spent her days staring out windows and her nights scribbling in a diary. Until one morning, she vanished. No discharge papers. No goodbye. Gone. But not gone. Sheila Carter was never gone. She staged her death. Blood vials, documents, forged morgue files. And from the shadows, she began again, this time not as a villain, but as a watcher. A guardian. Her twisted redemption. And she watched Luna. Every step. Every tremble. Every moment of doubt. Sheila wasn't trying to stop her anymore. She was waiting for her to fall. Or to rise. Because the future now ran through Luna Nozawa. And Sheila Carter had made sure the cycle would never end. Luna didn't sleep for days. Her hands still smelled of gunpowder. Her shirt hidden deep in a motel room trash can still stained with Sheila's blood. She'd thrown away the gun. But she couldn't throw away the memory. Every time she blinked, she saw Steffy's face, shocked, afraid, confused. But not dead. Because of Sheila. The woman she had grown up hearing horror stories about had taken a bullet for Steffy. For Luna. Why? Luna couldn't shake the question. Couldn't escape the consequences. The plan she'd rehearsed for months had crumbled in one instant. Now she was caught in the space between crime and consequence, hunted by guilt and silence. Back at Forrester Creations, the tension was building. Ridge and Brooke held emergency meetings behind closed doors. Finn walked the halls with a haunted look, caught between his mother and his wife. And Steffy. Steffy was furious. I want her arrested, she told the police. I don't care who protects her. She aimed a gun at me. That's attempted murder. But without a weapon, without surveillance footage, without Sheila's testimony, the case hung by a thread. Luna was missing. And Sheila had vanished. Some said she died of complications. Some whispered she ran again. Like always. No one really believed she was gone. Not even Finn. At night, he stared at her empty hospital bed, replaying her last words. She's me. But younger. Smarter. More careful. Was that what this was? Not a random act of violence, but a legacy being passed down. Poppy was called in for questioning. She denied everything. Said she thought Luna was in yoga class the whole time. But under pressure, her eyes told a different story. She knew. And she was protecting her daughter the way Sheila never could. The media caught wine fast. Forrester family under attack. Heiress targeted in attempted hit. Sheila's legacy is evil genetic. Ridge wanted to keep it quiet. But Steffy refused. If we let this go, it says anyone can walk into our lives with a gun and a grudge, she snapped. This is my company. And I won't let Luna Nozawa ever step foot in it again. Luna heard everything. She watched from her motel room, biting her nails raw, staring at headlines with her name half-blurred by cheap hotel TV reception. Her phone buzzed texts from RJ, confused and desperate. RJ, please, talk to me. RJ, I don't care what happened. I just need to know you're okay. Luna never replied. Because how could she explain it? How could she tell the boy who believed in her that she had nearly become a murderer? That the only reason she wasn't behind bars was because Sheila Carter had stepped in front of her bullet. But someone else was watching too. In an underground basement, candlelit and silent, Sheila sat cross-legged, reading from Luna's old notebook. She'd stolen it from the motel after Luna fled. Every page was a mirror. Precision. Logic. Cold resolve. It was beautiful. Terrifying. And familiar. She's not like them, Sheila murmured to herself. She's like me. And I can still save her. But saving, to Sheila, had never looked like mercy. Meanwhile, Finn was spiraling. He couldn't look at Steffy without hearing Luna's voice. Couldn't look at himself without wondering where the bloodline ended. Was it in him? In their son? Could you love someone and fear them at the same time? He visited Poppy. You need to bring her back. She needs help. But Poppy shook her head. No, she needs protection. From people like you, people like me, Finn asked. Poppy's voice cracked. People who think genetics is destiny. But Luna wasn't hiding anymore. She was transforming. In that motel room, she shaved her hair, burned her old clothes, bought a burner phone and a train ticket out of Los Angeles. But before she left, she made one stop. Forrester Creations. At 3:12 a.m., she snuck in. Security had thinned since the police investigation hit a dead end. She walked through the halls like a ghost, past her old workstation, past the office where she and RJ first kissed, to Steffi's desk. She left a box. Inside, the gun. Cleaned. Wrapped in velvet. A letter. I wanted to end your story. But in doing so, I became the villain in mine. You win. I'm gone. Tell them whatever you want, Elle. When Steffi found it the next morning, she trembled it out of fear, but rage. This ends now, she told Ridge. She's unstable. And she's dangerous. RJ confronted her. She came back to surrender. That's not evil. That's remorse. She's playing you, Steffi said coldly. But RJ didn't believe it. And he wasn't alone. Zende had his suspicions too. You sure you're not just pissed she stole your spotlight? Steffi slapped him hard. The Forrester family was cracking. Finn and Steffi fought constantly. RJ stopped coming to work. Ridge didn't know who to protect. Brooke advised silence, but even she saw the fractures forming. And in the shadows, Sheila watched it all unfold. She didn't want Luna arrested. She wanted her tested. And she had just the thing to push her over the edge. A second letter, sent to Luna's motel in Arizona. They've already replaced you. Poppy's back at Forrester. Steffi's stronger than ever. RJ moved on. You don't matter. Unless you make them pay SC. Luna stared at it. For hours. Then she packed a new bag. One gun. One plan. Back in LA, Steffi prepared to unveil the new Forrester collection. Press, influencers, fashion royalty. A packed event. A single point of failure. Luna returned. But so did Sheila. Only one of them brought a loaded weapon. Only one of them wanted to finish what began that Tuesday night. But neither expected RJ to step between them. Don't do this, he begged Luna, as she aimed once more into the crowd. You're not her. You're you. You're better than this. Luna blinked. Tears rolled. Her hand shook. Then she dropped the gun. And Sheila picked it up. To protect her, Sheila whispered, "Sometimes we do dark things for light reasons." But the police were already there. This time, no one ran. This time, someone got arrested. But not Luna.